Dobrodošli v oddaji Teden v EU. Toliko govora v Evropi, pa ste se kdaj vprašali, odkot sploh ime naši celini? Star grški mit pravi, da se je moral bog Zeus spremeniti v bika, da bi lahko očaral dekle Evropo, v katero se je zaljubil. Prikazal se je, ko se je igrala s prijateljicami. Ko se je pospela na njegov hrbet, jo je bik odnesel s seboj na morje. Ob zori sta dosegla neznano obalo in tam je deklica izvedela, da bo postala zemeljska žena vladarja bogov Zeusa. Od tedaj ta del sveta nosi njeno ime Evropa. Toliko o preteklosti, vrnimo se k aktualnemu dogajanju parlamentov Evropske unije. Če postane hlebec kruha star, ga vržete v smeti, ampak kam gre ta hlebec naprej? V linearnem gospodarstvu gre na odlagališča, velik prostor namenjen presežnim odpadkom. Evropski parlament želi preiti na model krožnega gospodarstva. Podjetja kot je J-Brew spreminjajo kruh v pivo. Boljše ravnanje z odpadki in izkoriščanjem virov prispevata k boljšim rezultatom za gospodarstvo in okolje.
The generation of waste in Europe has substantially increased in the past years and keeps on growing. Still today, most of it's being landfilled. Landfill means lost forever. Ideally, it should not exist. A huge quantity of the food produced in the EU is lost or wasted, both throughout the industrial chain and municipal waste, which includes households, shops and supermarkets. At the EU level alone, 40% of the bread produced is thrown away. It's time to limit landfill to the minimum and move waste practices towards better alternatives.
At the Ellen MacArthur Foundation, what we do primarily is provide the quantification of the potential for a circular economy. So what are the advantages for businesses, but also for governments? The issue of landfill is the symptom of the linear model. It means that we have in the economy things that do not fit absolutely anywhere and that have to be buried. And frankly, it should make us think, is the system fit for purpose when most of the stuff needs to be buried somewhere without any hope of ever becoming valuable materials again?
The European Parliament Committee on Environment recently voted to amend a European Commission proposal on waste management, increasing the recycling rate, limiting landfill to 5% and reducing half the food waste by 2030.
Gli obiettivi che abbiamo fissato in questo pacchetto sono effettivamente molto ambiziosi, però io penso che siano anche obiettivi pragmatici, obiettivi raggiungibili. Ci saranno indubbiamente degli investimenti da fare in una prima fase, investimenti da fare sia sui nuovi impianti per i rifiuti, ma anche in tecnologia e in innovazione per permettere ai nuovi prodotti un uso diverso. Però è anche vero che se c'è un investimento iniziale da fare possiamo subito recuperare nuovi posti di lavoro.
I think what's fascinating with the circular economy are the numbers. From the beginning, when we created the foundation, we started looking at the economic rationale for this model. We know the basic concept of a circular economy makes sense if you can design to recover materials, components and valorize everything to its highest level at all times. It makes basic sense, but you have to look at the economics, and that's what we did. And we've proven time and time again with the reports there is economic rationale for a circular economy in excess of that of a linear economy.
Okay, yeah, no, we were approached by a local bakers called Olds, who have surplus bread. It is the circular economy that we are looking at, and so our brewer Alec, he took about 6 months to come up with a really good recipe. Yes, absolutely, we can deliver into Glasgow.
We actually transform bread into beer. It's actually a very old tradition we're reviving. The first beer was made from bread thousands of years ago. Beer is basically made by steeping malted grain in warm water. We add the bread, the morning rolls, to the malted barley, and what this does is adds texture and body to the beer. The beer is actually quite interesting because it has the normal characteristics of a blonde beer, but there is an unusual texture and flavour to it that's quite enticing. What we're doing here is using food that is technically classified as waste, but rather than throwing it away, we're making it into food again. if this is really successful, we're going to end up using all the waste bread and eventually doing ourselves a business in this line, because there'll be no more bread to turn into beer. But that should be a long way away. We're at the start of a journey here, so we'll see how it goes.
There seems to be a really strong consensus around the direction to take, and everybody is around the table. Private sector, public sector, economists, NGOs, and the circular economy as a direction of travel seems to be inspiring most of the stakeholders.
Spero che a tutti sia chiaro che sull'economia circolare noi ci giochiamo una parte dello sviluppo industriale di questo continente, per cui che anche agli Stati membri sia chiaro che insomma non possiamo abbassare il livello dell'ambizione.
Evropski poslanci bodo ukrepili nadzor varnosti živil od kmetije do vilice, da bodo pridobili zaupanje potrošnikov in zaščitili dobro počutje živali.
Horse meat sold as beef, a food scandal that shook Europe in 2013. To prevent such fraudulent and deceptive practices, MEPs will beef up food safety controls.
Natürlich zielt diese Verordnung auch darauf ab, dass derartige Skandale verhindert werden. Aber es geht noch viel weiter. Die Europäerinnen und Europäer haben ein Recht darauf, auf höchste Gesundheit, Tiergesundheit, Pflanzengesundheit. Und daher brauchen wir auch scharfe, gute Kontrollen in ganz Europa.
The new legislation also aims to improve the health and welfare of animals. The goal is to put an end to practices of animal abuse during slaughter, for instance.
Das Ziel im Schlachthof natürlich die Beendigung des Lebens des Tiers, aber es ist auch die Frage, wie man hier auf den Tierschutz und das Tierwohl eingeht. Und es geht natürlich auch um die Sicherheit der Konsumentinnen und Konsumenten. Das heißt, wir haben vor der Schlachtung den Tierarzt dabei und auch nach der Schlachtung die Verantwortung des Tierarztes verankert.
Stricter controls and a single framework for all EU countries is the objective of this new law. From farm to fork, from farmers' land to consumers' tables, through cattle farming, slaughter and distribution, all stages of the food chain will be better controlled.
Zakaj je spletno glasovanje tako redko? Če prek spleta lahko kupujete, poslujete z banko, pa celo zaključite študij. Evropski poslanci želijo spodbuditi vlade, da na najboljši način izkoristijo spletna orodja za krepitev demokratičnih procesov.
On average, it takes 90 seconds to vote online and anywhere from 30 minutes or more if you need to travel to vote in person. In a world where you can hail a cab, bank, and even earn degrees online, how come internet voting is still rare? Estonia is a pioneer example. One Estonian out of 3 casts their ballot online.
We have basically digitalized everything. On the government side, 99.5% of transactions all digital. You can really see paper only happening in very rare cases.
The electronic ID card is key for governments to verify digital identity. This young man in Belgium recently acquired his own card and is discovering how to connect it online. While 15 EU countries already have cards like this one, Estonia is the only country to run elections on the internet on a wide scale. Though it may be fast and convenient, are these processes really going to make democracies stronger?
No estamos queriendo cambiar la democracia representativa por una democracia directa. Creemos que enriquecer la decisión con la participación ciudadana favorece una democracia mejor.
MEPs want to encourage member states to embrace these tools while taking measures against hacking, identity fraud, and without leaving anyone behind.
5 ključnih točk z plenarnega zasedanja, ki si jih velja zapomniti v tem tednu. Recikliranje odpadkov, pravice delničarjev, nadzor strelnega orožja, kunci v baterijskih kletkah in uvajanje 5G.
The share of waste to be recycled should rise to 70% by 2030 from barely half today. MEPs also want to cap landfills and slash food waste by half. A vast majority of MEPs, 646, voted in favor of fostering shareholders' rights in firms so they may have a say on how directors are paid. EU countries have 30 months to apply a revised gun law that traces weapons owned by individuals better to prevent terrorist attacks. 5 5G everywhere. That's what member states should aim for by 2020. They will also need to free up radio bandwidth for connected objects and mobiles. 98% of farm rabbits in the EU are bred in battery cages. The European Parliament calls for healthier and affordable alternatives.
Evropski poslanci želijo boljšo zaščito konjev in oslov v Evropski uniji. Toliko za danes. Hvala za vašo pozornost, do prihodnjega tedna pa vas lepo pozdravljam.